Hey everybody, welcome to Treya Tarot. I thought I would do a full moon reading because I have been MIA for the past 2 days. I'm going to use the Morgan-Greer deck, my good old standby favorite deck ever, for this. Mostly because I need something that I have an intuitive ease with. The intensity of the energy the past few days has been palpable on my end. I'm definitely experiencing something particularly interesting. So I'm just going to cut the deck, put it back together. Okay, if you like these readings, please like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get started. Okay. King of Swords reversed, followed by the Two of Wands upright, and the 8 Swords. 9 of Swords, 9 of Swords reversed. Okay, there is a type of courage necessary for this full moon, as certain kinds of how do I say this, self-inflicted worry and anxiety cycles come to the surface. So that King of Swords reverse tells me that there's something a little confusing popping up in this energy, or in this cycle, that requires a broad sense of the bigger picture, as well as a very keen understanding of your own anxiety, so that you can get past it, so to speak. Well, sort of. Hermit reversed. It may just be time to let certain things out. Page of Rods upright, and then the 5 of Swords upright. There's some tension in this. Tension in the need for courage and the ability to regulate your own emotional state. The Hermit reversed tells me that this is something that's out in the open. It may be something that's confusing to you, whatever theme might be coming up. The Page of Rods tells me that without the courage, I love how that center column is all Rods energy, because it's all about creativity and courage and purpose and fire, passion, life purpose, stuff like that. And it's flanked on either side by swords, and that little extra kind of given by the Hermit. It seems to me that something we've known for a long time is now ready to come out, and that may take some courage, because there's no way to beat around this bush, so to speak, anymore. There's no way to circumvent telling the truth blatantly, no matter how that might fall on the ears of the people who need to hear it. So there may be a rough truth coming out here. 9 of Rods reversed. 6 of Pentacles reversed. And the 5 of Rods reversed. Wow. Yeah, this is what's interesting about this is it feels overwhelmingly positive, but coming from a place of tension. So the self-protection of that 9, followed by the self-help of that 6, and then the healing capacity or the potentiality in the 5 reversed. The potential for the end of the argument is there because of self-trust. So whatever it is you're processing through today, bring a little courage to the mix and a little self-trust to the mix, and remember that you can always protect yourself. This doesn't need to be, you don't need to be hiding whatever it is from whoever it is, or whatever situation is calling for that truth. Putting down the burden, 10 of Rods, the Tower, letting the false walls fall, and then the 2 of Pentacles reversed. The potential here is that this truth, whatever this particular truth might be, might I don't want to say have unintended consequences, but it might actually cause a bit of a stalemate or a bit of a stillness after the false structures fall down. Again, this might seem like a negative reading, but it doesn't feel that way. It feels like something's getting out of the way today. It feels like something comes out, up and out through kind of an act of self-empowerment or self-trust. I'm going to pull a few more on this just to see what the overwhelming thing for the actual moon is. I want to see a message specifically for anyone who might be working ritual today. Let's see. What messages can I share? For the full moon. All right, I'm going to cut the deck. I always cut into threes, mostly because I like odd numbers, but okay. Yeah, don't let something rest if it needs to come out. There is the clear need to understand the benefit of the self versus the benefit of the community. So, yeah, again, that self-trust aspect there. Upright, the 6 is about unexpected help. So this tells me that this is more of a get your own back kind of situation. Have your own back at the end of the withholding, the end of the pointless battle, the end of the self-protection. There's a vulnerability that's what it is. There's a vulnerability coming through in these cards. Obviously, the shuffle ended up right at the same cards, which, always baffles me. But this is about letting something go to the point where you're no longer afraid, to the point where you're no longer withholding your truth, to the point where you're not engaging in the, dramatic battle, to the point where you're no longer feeling the need to constantly put up walls to protect yourself. This is definitely the end. And it's going to come out Ace of Rods reversed. Yeah. So it's about standing in, right. It's about standing in your spot, standing your ground. Standing your ground and letting go of the thing that you've been carrying that isn't really yours to hold on to anymore. The Magician reverse tells me that there's no way to manipulate this circumstance. This just has to come out. Whatever it is must be said. So for the full moon, if you're doing ritual tonight, or if you're observing it in any sense of the word, I guess, it might be fun to include a snippet about letting the truth out or letting your honesty and authenticity show. I like this, but at the same time, I can see how the tension would be building. 9 of Pentacles reversed, leading to the Empress, leading to the Lovers. Okay, so the choice point here is actually about changing to the point where the transformation is fundamental. That 9 of Pentacles reversed is upright. It's usually about resources, and it's usually about having everything you need. Reversed there, leading to the Empress, tells me that there's an intuitive aspect here that might have to take precedence over the physical aspect. So if you are aware of something or you're certain of something, but you haven't seen the confirmation of that certainty in your environment, this might be a place where, or a time where you choose to trust that internal instinct, where you choose to trust what you know, where you choose to trust what you're working on, what you're growing. That Lover's card can be multiple things. It can be partnerships, but it can also be choices. Let's see, what's the choice? Yeah. Okay, so there's couples out there. Victory reversed. Queen of Rods reversed. There's some triangulated circumstances here. I can tell you that. The Sun tells me that there are couples out there that are being affected by the influence of a third maternal figure, or the influence is that they didn't succeed in something. Yeah. Something has to come down. That Two of Pentacles reversed again. So there's this, there's a holdup in a way, like a pause until the truth can be expressed. Let me see. Once the truth is expressed, what happens then? Okay. The end of the disillusionment, the work begins. The anxiety leaves. Okay. So what I'm getting here is this. Something needs to be expressed. That thing that needs to be expressed has to do with a third party situation. It has to do with a choice that either was made or is currently being made that is not necessarily coming from the truth of the decision maker. If you are the decision maker and you are working on finding a way to tell the truth about what you want or what you're aiming for in a particular situation, I would recommend pulling in your inner strength and courage and know what your end goal actually is before you make a decision. It's very important that you trust yourself and you trust in the inner guidance to let the past go so that you can make the decision based on what you really full-hearted, want here, instead of letting anyone else interfere in that decision. So this full moon energy, from at least this story, tells me that we have to work on releasing our anxieties so that we can speak what's truthfully present for us in our hearts. Because that is actually what allows the dream to come to fruition. That's what allows the disillusionment to leave us so that we can actually be present with what's happening. So I hope that this helps. I hope that this helps someone, vocalize how they feel. All right. Good. Well, happy full moon, everyone. And I will see you tomorrow morning. Have a good night.